Soft, melancholic piano music begins, overlaid with the gentle sound of turning pages. A slightly breathy, youthful voice begins, tinged with a distant sadness. Right, so people ask me, what do you do with all your feelings? Honestly, I write them down, because truly, if I didn't tea well, it would be rather overwhelming, wouldn't it? It's like when Baba Yaga used to tell me stories of the Leshi, the forest spirit. If you ignore the spirits, they just linger. Feelings are like that, I think, and this place, this Bedford College Group, as they so pretentiously call it, it manufactured a feeling, a dreadful, clinging sort of unhappiness. You simply must understand. It's not about a squabble over a book, darling, it's about a fundamental failure of consideration, and I, for one, simply cannot abide a lack of consideration. It feels barbaric. It started with a suggestion, you see. A neatly dressed tutor, all crisp pleats and forced smiles, steered me toward a course that, upon even the slightest application of critical thought, was manifestly wrong for me. It was like being offered lavender when one craves jasmine, tuc, an insult to my sensibilities. And what does one do? One tries again, naturally, out of a desperate, foolish hope for grace. A desire to find something good amidst the chaos. I enrolled in an HNC, a higher national certificate. Sounds grand, docent it. The reality, I needed assistance with the application. An elementary request, wouldn't you concur? But the telephone, I was held suspended in a dreadful, tinny purgatory for a full 60 minutes. 60 whole minutes. It's an agonizing expanse when you consider it. Like being eternally stuck in a shopping mall-s Muzak loop. No response, no acknowledgement, just the horrendous, hollow hum of indifference. It feels almost spiteful, docent it, to actively disregard someone's plea. Now I understand things get busy. Really, I do. My grandmother used to work in the textile factory. Chaos was the norm. But to simply ignore a person, to waste their time, their energy, their fragile hope, it's antisocial. It tells you that you are worthless. And darling, I assure you, nobody is worthless, though they certainly made me feel that way. I am starting to feel a rage boiling inside. Can you guys feel it too? Then, of course, there was the matter of the interviews. Oh, the interviews. I went, I answered, I was assured a place. Accepted, dreaming of September, but no record of it, no trace in their labyrinthine systems. It was as if I had vanished into the ether, and so they summoned me again, and again, and again, a horrifying Kafkaesque loop of bureaucratic incompetence. Honestly, it's almost comical if it weren't so gut-wrenchingly frustrating. Something that evokes a feeling that's akin to a ghost haunting the halls. My father, a man of quiet dignity, bless his soul, had to intervene. A telephone call from a father is apparently the only thing that compels them to acknowledge a student's existence. The implication is dreadful. It suggests they simply do not value the time or the feelings of their students, just a number, a financial transaction. It's dehumanizing. And the courses themselves, my initial foray into fashion was a debacle. They promised glamour, innovation, the cutting edge of creation. What I received was, well, a sequence of disjointed art exercises with no discernible connection to fashion whatsoever. A curious collection of textures and forms utterly lacking in purpose. It felt like a school child's random collection of items. No sewing machines, no instruction on pattern making, just a void. A vast, echoing emptiness where skills should have been nurtured. Imagine, to embark on a course titled Fashion and be denied the very tools of the trade. The irony is almost too exquisite for words. Like a peacock offering a lesson on humility, don't you think? And then, they proceed to favor those who already pee.
Assess the skills, the others, the novices, the seekers of knowledge, they were left to flounder. Abandoned to the wolves, as I believe my people would say. It's the reality of businesses near Bedford College Group. If you're expecting a vibrant, welcoming hub of commerce near Bedford College Group, prepare for disappointment. The businesses here don't just fail to impress, they often leave visitors questioning how they stay open at all. From broken infrastructure to outright hostility, this area feels less like a thriving district and more like a case study in how not to run a business. Let's start with shopping. The Harpur Shopping Centre is the crown jewel of dysfunction. Lifts that never work, parking that feels like a scam, and a general atmosphere of neglect. Parents struggle with non-existent child spaces, while disabled visitors are forced to abandon their trips entirely. The few shops still open seem to exist out of sheer stubbornness rather than demand. And if you do make it inside, expect to dodge overzealous salespeople lurking near Starbucks, desperate to sign you up for whatever they're peddling. It's less a shopping experience and more an obstacle course of frustration. Then there's dining. Deshi Spice Indian restaurant should be a place of warmth and flavor. Instead, it's a masterclass in poor service and questionable hygiene. Customers report being racially profiled, rushed through meals, and even falling violently ill after eating undercooked chicken. The staff's attitude, somewhere between indifference and outright hostility. One group celebrating a birthday was berated for having fewer guests than expected, because nothing says happy birthday like a public scolding. The food, bland, microwaved, and occasionally hazardous. If this is award-winning, one shudders to imagine the competition. Coffee shops should be safe havens, not the Pavilion. Here, ordering a simple drink feels like negotiating with a bureaucracy. You'll be sent outside to order, then back inside to wait, then back outside to complain when your lukewarm coffee arrives 20 minutes late. The staff, either arguing amongst themselves or ignoring customers entirely. The food. Dry lasagna, flavorless soup, and toast that somehow emerges as the highlight. The manager's mood swings are legendary, one day friendly, the next snapping at customers for daring to ask for a spoon. It's chaos masquerading as a cafe. Leisure isn't spared either. Trinity Arts Leisure promises activities but delivers disappointment. Swimming lessons where instructors don't bother learning children's names, facilities constantly under maintenance, and a general air of disorganization. The toilets are a horror show with leaks and taped-off cubicles that never seem to get fixed. It's the kind of place where you show up hopeful and leave wondering why you bothered. Finally, pubs. The Bear Bedford used to have charm. Now, it's a budget Weatherspoons with none of the charm and all of the sticky floors. The beer selection has dwindled to the most basic options. The atmosphere is tense, and the regulars, protected by staff, seem to enjoy picking fights with outsiders. One visitor was followed and assaulted by a group after a disagreement, only to be banned for defending himself. Cheers to that. So what's the verdict? Businesses near Bedford College Group are, at best, mediocre and at worst, actively unpleasant. Whether it's apathy, poor management, or sheer bad luck, this area struggles to provide even the basics of good service. Visitors should brace for broken lifts, cold food, chaotic cafes, and pubs where the only guarantee is disappointment. If you must stay here, pack patience and maybe a sandwich.
Okay, so I was looking into stuff around Bedford College Group, just seeing what happens. It's not a great place, honestly. Not terrible, but things happen. Businesses here, they often try to seem helpful, super friendly, too friendly. There was this one shop near where the students from Bedford College Group usually get their art supplies, right? It's a small framing place. They offer to assess your artwork for a small fee £5 or something. Sounds harmless, yeah. But they inflate the value massively, then try to convince you to use their expensive restoration services. A tourist comes in with a postcard, thinking it's just a nice souvenir, and suddenly they're being told it's a lost masterpiece needing a £200 clean. Honestly, who falls for that? But people do. I bet the tourist probably felt so embarrassed, just paid it to get rid of the pressure. The shop owner probably just moved on to the next person. It's tiring. Then there are the mobile phone repair shops clustered around Bedford College Group because, obviously, students break their phones all the time. They quote you one price. Then once they've got your phone, suddenly, there's another problem. And the price doubles, triples. It's always a new problem. How convenient. This one guy, a tourist visiting a relative who teaches at Bedford College Group, brought in a phone with a cracked screen. They said it'd be £40. When he went to pick it up, it was $90 because they found a problem with the battery. He argued, of course, but they just shrugged. he probably ended up paying, figuring it wasn't worth the hassle on his holiday. And they just laugh, I swear. And it's not just phones. There are these little shops selling, well, everything. Souvenirs, cheap electronics, you name it. They sell things that look brand new, but are clearly not. Like a brand new charger for £20 that breaks after a week, or a genuine designer handbag